Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to It Came From DC Comics here on Reaction and Review. Tonight, guys, we're checking out a film from 2015. That movie is Batman vs. Robin. Now, the only thing I know about this movie, well, there's two things I know about this movie. One, it is a direct sequel to Son of Batman, which is great, because I really liked Son of Batman. Two, I know that this is based on the New 52 story arc called, was it the Court of Owls? Something like that. I think it was called the Court of Owls. I'm not totally sure. I haven't had a chance to read a lot of the New 52 stuff, guys. I have heard mixed things about a whole lot of the stuff in the New 52, but a lot of people spoke very highly of Court of Owls. So I'm having hopes that this will be decent and it will drive me to want to go out and buy the Court of Owls trade so I can see if the book's any good. I do have hopes on this one, because I am hoping for it to be as good as Son of Batman. And the only way I'm going to find out, guys, if this thing is any good at all, is if I shut up and I push play, and I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Batman vs. Robin. Okay, so the doll maker is officially one of the creepiest Batman villains I think I've ever seen. Honest to God, man, this guy's just fucking creepy as shit, man. Alright, guys, two things. One, I think it's really cool that the Court of Owls essentially hires zombies as their fucking attack ninjas. Two, it's really creepy to watch as they like put their bones back in line, as they're like turning their head around or they're straightening out a broken arm. That's just nothing short of disgusting. It's also kind of shocking exactly how bad these zombie fucking ninjas are whooping up on Batman. That's just kind of surprising. So when given an offer to join the Court of Owls, Bruce Wayne puts a tracking beacon on the mask they offered him. Not even like a stealthy beacon. This little dot with a gigantic bright fuck-off light on it. Are you telling me that nobody in the court is going to notice that? The two members of the Court of Owls who stood on either side of him did not see the colossal light jutting off the back of the mask. Guys, I'm going to say right now that scene was totally cool. That seemed a little bit weird that nobody called that Bruce Wayne put something on the mask, especially when it has a giant red light on it that makes it ridiculously noticeable. Well, I can certainly say that the drugs that the Court of Owls dosed friggin' Batsy with have done a fuckload of a number on him. This honestly is probably one of the greatest fucking hallucination bits I've seen in any comic book related media. That is saying a lot. This is really dark, really awesome, certainly cool. Son of a bitch, this is great. Okay. Batman piloting a mech suit is probably the coolest fucking thing I have ever seen. And Alfred shooting at ninja zombies with a shotgun is almost as fucking cool. This movie's fucking amazing, guys. Well, guys, that was Batman vs. Robin. Let me shut that off. Dude, that was great. Alright, well, I know what I'm doing as soon as I'm done filming. I'm probably going to go and buy the Court of Owls trade. I really want to give that shit a read now. I want to see how close it was to this. So, let's talk about this film, shall we? As I stated at the start, this is a direct sequel to Son of Batman, and so we are continuing the, I guess, arc of Damian Wayne trying to, bond with Bruce. So, well, sort of trying to bond with Bruce. They're trying to build some trust. Basically, Damian is trying to show that Batman can trust him, and the Court of Owls show up. The Court of Owls are made up of the richest people in Gotham, who basically will send out assassins to kill anyone who happens to get in their way of making the city better in their eyes. Really, it's a fascinating take, and you find out, at least according to the backstory here, that the Court of Owls was a legend, and as a child, Bruce was told about this legend. So when his parents died, he immediately thought that it was a hit brought about by the Court of Owls. So this actually ties into Bruce's past, which is great. I really liked that. Our story here, we not only follow Batman and Robin and Nightwing and Alfred, we also follow Talon, who's, I guess, the top hitman for the Court of Owls. He's also the only one, and this really isn't much of a spoiler, but I guess it might count as kind of one. He's also the only one that is not a goddamn zombie, you see, because the Court of Owls is fucking vat-growing zombies, and these are not your normal zombies you've seen in any other kind of fiction. These things are not shamblers, they are not runners, they're fucking ninjas. And they are going to whoop the fuck out of you unless you know what in the hell you are doing. And it's really awesome to just see Batman squaring off against these things, or seeing Nightwing fighting them, or seeing Batman in a giant fucking mech as he's just mowing down these zombies. Or Alfred just going fucking old school zombie flick on him and blasting the shit out of him with a shotgun. It's really some cool shit. Now, we are following Talon. Talon has a rather interesting arc to him, and he sees parallels between him and Robin, which is why he wants Robin to sort of join him in the court of, or he wants to use Robin in some kind of a ritual involving the Court of Owls. It's a really interesting story, and it does lead to kind of sort of a rupture in the trust between Batman and Robin, between Bruce and Damian Wayne, and it's a fantastically written story. It was written beautifully, and I'm going to tell you guys, the pacing in this one is a lot better than most of the other DC films I've seen. Now, that's partially because DC and Warner Brothers apparently were not as tight on the runtime. This thing was able to wiggle around a little bit more. It didn't have that ultra-strict 75-minute runtime. No. It had an 80-minute runtime, and that extra 5 minutes totally helps. It, honest to God, does. So yeah, guys, writing here is fantastic. I loved the way that this story panned out. I'm going to tell you right now, as much as I liked Son of Batman, I like this thing a fuck of a lot more. This movie was awesome from start to finish, and I'm fucking happy I bought it, man. This movie is great. Now, not only do we have an amazing story, which is a huge improvement on the previous film. Guys, I'm just going to state this right now. It's not often that you find a sequel that just completely and totally surpasses its prequel. This son of a bitch overtakes Son of Batman in spades. This thing is awesome. Not only do we have a script that is badass, we also have acting that is amazing. Now, not only do we have the people who came back from the previous film, of course, highest mark amongst those has to be once more Jason fucking O'Mara as Batman. O'Mara once more is just given room to soar as Batman, and oh my God, he is so fucking good as Batman. Every time, guys, that I see a film where he is cast as Batman, I fucking smile, because I know for a fact we are in for a fantastic outing, at the very least from him. And every other cast member who came back did an amazing job. And all of the newcomers who were brought into this film also did a great job, and I do have to give high props. I actually looked up the cast on this, so there's two of them I have to mention. One of them is Jeremy Sisto, who plays Talon, and my God, he plays it great. And Jeremy Sisto was cast beautifully and perfectly in that. The other one, when I looked up the cast list as I was watching the film, my jaw damn near hit the floor. And that is Dollmaker. I mentioned earlier that Dollmaker, probably one of the creepiest fucking Batman villains I have ever seen. Specifically how the character was played and how the character was handled and how they worked him in here. Weird Al Yankovic. Weird Al Yankovic voices Dollmaker. I would never have fucking guessed. Al, you hit it out of the ballpark, buddy. That was amazing shit. It makes me wonder why the hell Weird Al isn't cast more often as Psychos. My God, he played that so well. Please, if there's anyone who's making a horror movie and you're looking for somebody to play as your lunatic killer, at the very least, if you need a voice, get fucking Weird Al and tell him to just do this. That will make your movie so great. So yeah, guys, Weird Al, that shocked the fuck out of me. That was fantastic from start to finish. So now I kind of wish that they, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, I wish they hadn't have killed Dollmaker at the start of this film. Fuck me dead. I would love a whole movie with him. If for no other reason than to just be creeped the fuck out by Weird Al some more. That was awesome. So anyway, guys, acting here is awesome. I loved the acting here. And again, that honestly isn't a huge thing to talk about, since because even guys in the one lone bad film I've seen from Warner Brothers and DC Comics, at least the acting is halfway decent. So yeah, guys, the acting here is awesome. In fact, this actually is some of the best acting I've seen from almost any of these DC direct-to-video films. The only ones that have better acting, at least to me, would be of course my two favorites at the moment, which are the Dark Knight Returns and All-Star Superman. Those two had better acting than this, but this sucker comes in a close fucking third. So yeah, our acting here is that fucking great. All right. Animation. Well, since this is part of the slightly larger DC cinematic animated universe, we have the same kind of art style we saw in Justice League War and in Son of Batman and in the Throne of Atlantis. So we have that awesome art style coming back. Animation has gotten a shitload more fluid. In fact, guys, I'm going to tell you right now, the big final fight between Batman and Talon, that is some of the best animation I have seen out of all of these DC films, because it is a tightly fucking choreographed fight. It honestly looks as if it may very well have been fucking rotoscoped incredibly fucking well. And in this instance, I am not going to fault it for being fucking rotoscoped. I usually find that to be kind of lazy. But here, guys, this is a big if this thing was rotoscoped, my God, it was done in a fantastic fashion. However, most people don't normally do rotoscoping anymore. If anything, it was probably just fucking mocapped, and that's fine too. Still, that fight scene was so fluid. It was so awesome. Animation in this entire film is like that, though. It's fluid. It's great. It works so well, and it's better than every other film that is part of, again, this broader animated universe. So yeah, guys, animation here is a fucking step up. Our score at times is fucking haunting and creepy as shit, and it works. When the score has to be fucking creepy, it works. When it has to be epic, it's great. When it has to be this thundering balls out thing, my God, it fucking works, guys. The score for this movie is bar none some of the best I've heard out of any of these DC flicks. Guys, when all is said and done, I'm able to recommend Batman vs. Robin. Oh, you fucking betcha. This thing here, guys, I think very quickly became, I'd probably say, my fourth favorite out of all of the DC films. I have already mentioned 1 and 2. If I had to pick a third, it would probably be the Flashpoint Paradox. So, yeah, this sucker here is definitely a fourth. This here definitely takes a very close fourth amongst the best DC Warner Brothers animated films. This sucker is amazing, and I can absolutely recommend it. This sucker fires, guys, on all fucking cylinders, and it does it to near perfection. Everything here, from the writing to the acting to the score to the sound mix to the fucking art style, animation, everything here, it's so Perfect! And I can't wait for the next film in this series, which is coming out, actually, as of this filming. It's coming out real fucking soon. And then there's another sequel following that. I'm looking forward to the both of those, especially since one of them is Justice League versus Teen Titans. Fuck me dead, I want to see that. I also want to see the one that falls between that and this, which is Batman Bad Blood. Hopefully, by the time I come back around to It Came from DC Comics, I'll hopefully have both of those, and I'll be covering them that month. But yeah, guys, Batman vs. Robin, amazing movie, and if you can find a copy, pick it up. I think I found this thing for like $6 somewhere. Totally worth every fucking cent. In fact, I'm going to tell you right now, not only guys is it worth it at $6, this son of a bitch is worth it at full fucking price. If you guys have not seen this thing, you goddamn have to. This movie is fantastic. I loved every second of it, and I'm going to be more than happy to go put it in my Blu-ray collection. Man, this movie was amazing. And you know what, guys? Thinking, sort of looking, back on everything and thinking about it all, this month has been a great month. Yes, I did run into the, so far, one DC animated film I didn't really like. But guess what? I made up for it by seeing this and seeing All-Star Superman and seeing so many other amazing movies this month. I love doing this month, and my God, if I can find more of these movies, I will totally do It Came from DC Comics again next year. Because there is nothing better than kicking off the year with some amazing fucking movies. And I love doing this. So yes, guys, with that, we come to the close of this installment of Reaction and Review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.